Yonder spoilers Wednesday, October 2nd reveal that Victoria Newman's world is filled with chaos and corporate intrigue, but she is determined not to let Billy Abbott fall. With her tough nature, Victoria has spent time contemplating the plan to take over Abbott Chancellor. She knows full well the humiliation and destruction that this plan could bring, especially when the harsh truth can deeply affect her family. Billy, despite his many flaws, is still a father to Johnny and Katie, two children Victoria loves very much. She cannot stand by while her father, Victor Newman, plots to destroy their father's life. Victoria wants to stop this at all costs, not only out of compassion for Billy but also to protect the two children from dire consequences. Victoria knows that Victor is a powerful man, and he can easily buy out Billy's shares. With a strategic move, Billy could retreat from public ruin, start over, and build a new Abbott empire. But there was one big problem: Billy had no interest in starting over, and even if he had, Victor would never come to terms with Billy Boy. The animosity and tension between Victor and Billy had been simmering for years, and Victor had no intention of helping his former son-in-law. Victoria, with her intelligence and determination, still believed that there had to be some way to save Billy from public ruin. However, when Victor discovered her relentless efforts, he could not hide his anger. Victor criticized his daughter for her blind loyalty to her ex-lover, believing that Victoria was betraying the Newman family. He wanted Victoria to side with the family, protecting the Newman family's interests instead of getting involved with Billy, whom he considered a failure. But Victoria was not one to give up easily. Despite being forced to choose a side by her father, Victoria fights back fiercely. Victoria knows that family is important, but in her heart, protecting Billy is also necessary, because Johnny and Katie should not watch their grandfather Victor destroy their father's life. Victoria continues to search for different ways to stop Victor and save Billy before it's too late. While Victoria is dealing with the complicated relationships in the Newman family, a new mystery begins to unfold for Nate Hastings. Nate receives a strange message that leaves him confused and with a lot of questions. Yonder has revealed that Valerie Pettiford will appear as Amy Lewis in late October, and Amy may be behind this mysterious message. Amy, who was in a relationship with Nate's father Nathan, may be carrying a secret that she wants to share. It's possible that Amy wants to meet Nate to reveal a truth that she has kept hidden for years. It is possible that while she was off-screen, Amy became pregnant with Nathan's child and gave birth to Nate's half-brother. This would be a huge shock to Nate, who had always believed that he was his father's only child. However, it is also possible that this half-brother was the one who initiated contact with Nate. The strange message that Nate received could open the door to a shocking revelation about the Hastings family. This would send Nate on a journey to discover his father's past and the secrets that his family has kept hidden for so long. While Nate is facing the mysteries about his family, another fierce battle is taking place between Kyle Abbott and Audra Charles. Kyle, with his cocky and ambitious nature, has surpassed Audra and is not afraid to show his pride in his victory. But Audra is not someone to be defeated easily. This defeat only makes her more determined to get revenge on Kyle. Kyle has used dirty tactics to get past Audra, and this only adds to her resentment. Audra will not let this end so easily. She is planning a bigger counterattack, and Kyle may not expect her revenge. In the ambitious and scheming world of Genoa City, no victory is safe, and Kyle may have to pay the price for his arrogance. Audra, with her intelligence and strategic skills, will not sit idly by and let Kyle take everything she desires. The lives of the characters in Genoa City are never short of surprises and unexpected twists. With Victoria trying to save Billy from ruin, Nate facing a family secret, and Audra planning revenge on Kyle, their future is filled with conflict and challenges. The decisions they make in the coming days will affect not only them but also those around them. Will Victoria win the fight to protect Billy, or will she lose the support of the Newman family? What truth will Nate discover about his father, and how will it change his life? And can Kyle defeat Audra again, or will he collapse under her vengeance? While Daniel and Lucy anxiously search for answers, Sharon continues to cover up the truth. But with Cameron Kirsten pressing her relentlessly, Sharon knows she can't hide forever. Cameron, the man who put her in this dangerous situation, seems intent on dragging her into a spiral of guilt. He relentlessly urges her to do the thing she dreads most: kill again. Sharon is faced with two choices: face the consequences and find a way to escape Cameron's control, or continue to act under his control and face total destruction. Despite her attempts to use Heather as a shield, the truth is still there, and it's only a matter of time before it all comes out. Daniel, meanwhile, begins to suspect that there's something going on between Sharon and Heather that he doesn't know about. Text messages from Heather's phone claim that she needs to leave for a few days because of the Sharon situation. This makes Daniel think deeply about the relationship between the two women, and he begins to investigate further. But the last thing he can think of is that Sharon may be involved in a terrible crime. Sharon tries to keep it a secret, but Heather's disappearance becomes more and more worrying. Daniel and Lucy, his daughter, sit down together and discuss the strange messages from Heather. Daniel cannot understand what is going on. Heather seemed completely fine just hours before her disappearance, and they even reached a compromise on whether to stay or leave Genoa City. Daniel begins to worry when things start to make sense. Heather's disappearance is not something he can easily ignore, and as the days pass without any news from her, Daniel decides to take action. Maybe he will have to search for Heather, try to understand what happened. However, over the weekend, things took a turn for the worse as both Daniel and Phyllis Summers, his mother, were consumed with grief. The big question was whether they would find Heather safe, or if death had come for her. Heather's silence created an atmosphere of anxiety and pain not only for Daniel but for everyone who knew her. Sharon returned home after a stressful day, carrying Heather's cell phone in her purse. She knew that keeping it could put her in danger, but Cameron had made her feel that it was necessary to hide the truth. While she was with her family, Heather's phone started ringing. Sharon froze, not knowing how to react as her loved ones, who had no idea of her inner struggle, began to suspect. When people asked if Sharon had taken Heather's phone, she tried to cover it up by claiming it was a reminder to take her bipolar medication. Sharon quickly grabs an ibuprofen, pretending it's a treatment. She knows that this is just a temporary deception, and the truth will come out sooner or later. Then Sharon is confronted with the fact that she texted Daniel from Heather's phone, telling him that she needs a few days. Daniel, though confused, still doesn't realize the terrible truth behind these lies. Sharon Newman is no longer the same person. The past few months have left her anxious, insecure, and easily manipulated by Cameron Kirsten, the person who destroyed her life years ago. Now Cameron is back, not only appearing in Sharon's memory but also directly pushing her further down the path of sin. It all started when Sharon texted Daniel from Heather Stevens' phone, using it as a tool to distract and cover up her darker plans. Cameron has urged Sharon to kill again, and although she doesn't want to go down this path, she feels like she has no choice. As Sharon's story continues to become more complicated, Nate Hastings receives a strange text message. This raises a series of questions for him. Does this message have something to do with Kyle Abbott's recent defeat of Audra Charles? Or is it part of another plot going on behind the scenes? Kyle has overcome Audra, but their fight is far from over. Audra, hungry for revenge, will not let Kyle go unpunished. Kyle, cocky and convinced that he has the upper hand, may be blind to the schemes Audra is secretly plotting. Meanwhile, Victor Newman, the mastermind behind many of Genoa City's plots, presents a new challenge for Kyle and Audra. Victor's involvement in all of this adds to the drama. Kyle reports to Victor that Nate seems to know the identity of the mysterious investor behind a major deal. And now, Nate receives a mysterious text message, which could be part of Victor's plan to take control of the situation. Subscribe to Yonder for the latest updates.